We have a big week ahead of us. Monday, we start out with a bang with Uranus moving into Gemini early in the morning, so we're going to wake up and feel that. And then we end the week on Sunday with Saturn going retrograde. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I am a starseed astrologer, and we are going to be going through the astrology transit highlights from July 7th to July 13th. And if you hear me right now, I am going through a huge throat chakra activation, and it's definitely tied into Uranus moving into Gemini, because every time a major planet moves, I always get an activation. When Jupiter moved into Cancer into my 12th house, my pineal gland, third eye went absolutely nuts. So just bear with me with my voice right now, and let's get into the transits. Monday, July 7th, we wake up with a Sagittarius moon, which is much welcomed energy after this Scorpio moon energy we had this weekend. I'm wondering how your weekend went. I did have a lot of downs, a lot of things I needed to let go of, and transformation energy. And Sagittarius moons are just more uplifting. They're more optimistic. You know, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the optimistic planet. So Monday morning, we are going to wake up feeling good, and we're going to get our first taste of what Uranus and Gemini means to us. Now, I have a feeling that we're really not going to understand Uranus and Gemini until like a month in, maybe. It depends on if you have any placements at 0 degrees in mutable signs. That's going to be Gemini, Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces. Oh my gosh, my brain right now. What I also love about this is Uranus is moving to Gemini at 3:44 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then right after that, we are going to have Venus in Gemini trine Pluto at 3:44 a.m. So we are really waking up on the right side of the bed on Monday, and this is also going to depend on your planets, of course, and your personal planets and what's going on. But at the same time, like just feeding into that Sagittarius moon energy of optimism, looking at the bright side, is really going to help during these transits that we have going on. We also have the Sag moon is going to be trining Mercury at 4 p.m. and then the Sag moon squares Mars at 4:30 p.m. This is push and pull energy, but what I really do love is the Sagittarius moon trining Mercury. You know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. So, and we just had this transit with Uranus going into Gemini. So I just feel really good about this day. It can be more of a internal transformation, just because Mercury is in pre-shadow, and we are going to be going over the same patterns of Mercury, where Mercury is at now, around probably August 15th. When Mercury gets out of retrograde on the 11th, it'll hit these same degrees again. So this could be more of an internal transformation. But looking at your Sagittarius whole sign ruled house, this is your emotional focus right now, the context of this house. So doing things that are in this house, the Sagittarius whole sign ruled house, for you are just going to feel good. And it's trining Mercury that's in Leo, which is about confidence. So there's a lot of fire energy going on, as well as air, a lot of mind energy too. So if you get the hit to be passionate and go after something, do it. Squares create change. Squares create action. And with the Sag moon squaring Mars, Mars is the planet of our action, our drive, our passions, where we're spending our energy and directing our energy. Like, if you feel like just unsettled and you have to do something, like something needs to happen, go with your intuition, go with the spark, and just go for it. It can be a little step, it can be a big step, whatever your intuition calls for. But the square might create a little, something needs to change. That's what squares do. Squares are like, it's time to change something. So if you feel the need to change it up. Tuesday, July 8th, we literally just have a Sagittarius moon. I love this because there's really not a lot going on. And after Monday, especially if you ended up creating change in your life, whether that was a perception change or it could have been like an outward change, it doesn't really matter, but you created some change in your life. And the Sagittarius moon is here for you to explore. It's here for you to have fun. So yet again, what house does Sagittarius rule in your chart? The themes of that house are going to feel good to do. If Sagittarius rules your 4th house of family and home life, it's going to feel good to work on a home project. It's going to feel good to be home. If Sagittarius rules your 12th house, it's going to feel good to meditate. If Sagittarius rules your 7th house, it's going to feel good to be around your partner, around your friends, be just around people that you enjoy. So really look at the context of that house because the Sagittarius moon is really running the day today on Tuesday because it's the only aspect we have. Well, we have no aspects really. It's just a Sagittarius moon. So enjoy that fun-loving energy. On Wednesday, July 9th, the moon is going to be moving into Capricorn at 3:44 a.m. And what I love about Capricorn moons now is we don't have Pluto there. First of all, Pluto's not there fucking shit up, all right, which is amazing for us, especially if you have a lot of Capricorn placements. But we also have Jupiter in Cancer, and so it's opposing that. Anytime the moon goes into a sign where it's going to make an aspect to Jupiter, you just have more optimistic feelings. So we're coming off of this Sagittarius moon, which is ruled by Jupiter, which gives us that optimism, and we're moving into Capricorn energy. And this is also going to be the start of the full moon in Capricorn that we have. The Capricorn moon is going to square Saturn and square Neptune. This is happening early in the morning at 8 a.m. So if your morning doesn't get off like the way that you wanted it to, whatever, okay? Capricorn moons are great for disassociation when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your feelings. It's more like get shit done energy and focusing on what you need to focus on and what serves you when it comes to your long-term goals, building a foundation, things like that, like, grounding energy. Capricorn is that earth sign. And then at 5 p.m. is when we're going to feel really good, okay? The moon, Capricorn moon, is going to oppose Jupiter. So this is the time to just feel really uplifted, honestly, like just really passionate and positive about what house, the context of your Capricorn whole sign ruled house, what context, what are the things that house rules. Like for me, it's 6th house of daily routines. I've never enjoyed my daily routines like I'm enjoying my daily routines with this Capricorn full moon. This is also a really great time to understand what this full moon in Capricorn is going to be bringing you. What is it revealing for you? And it's giving that optimism. So you're getting that optimism about this is what the full moon's bringing for me, and it might not be the best thing, okay? It depends on your perception, but you still have Jupiter there bringing this it's okay, we got this, I can do this, I can make this happen. Even if something revealed to you wasn't too pleasant, well, at least you know. At least now you know, and then now you can move forward. But full moons are also about harvesting, so whatever long-term goals you've been working towards, this is a good harvesting moment as well. Thursday, July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Oh my gosh, this full moon is conjunct my Saturn, so I know I'm going to be feeling this, especially if I have not been doing what I said I should be doing. Anytime you have a full moon that's touching your natal Saturn, Daddy Saturn tells you what's up. What I love about the morning is we have the Capricorn moon trining Mars at 5:11 a.m. This is giving energy, especially with full moons. We get a lot of energy around full moons. And we also have this beautiful trine to Mars in Virgo. Mars is the planet of energy and of drive. So when we wake up this morning, if you have the energy, you go for it. You do whatever this full moon is asking you to do. Go with your intuition. Where is it leading you? Your Capricorn whole sign ruled house is where you're going to have this aha moment. That's what full moons really do. They enlighten, they give us this aha moment, and then it's either something we have to let go, it's either something we have to move forward with, and then we end up harvesting and reaping the benefits, whether it's mental, whether it's external validation. But the full moon's happening at 3:37 p.m. Central Standard Time, so it's happening in the afternoon, and we are just building. We are building all day. So if you are feeling uneasy, move your body. But this Capricorn full moon, it's a grounded full moon. It's an earth sign. It's groundedness. It's about that long-term gains, that long-term goals. Some of us might just get these pings and these ideas of where we're actually headed long-term. And some of us might be harvesting of the long-term goals that we have been doing for forever, right? So pay attention this day on the full moon and use your energy wisely. Use your energy for things that serve you. On Friday, July 11th, we will still wake up with the Capricorn moon. I always get a little bit of full moon hangover the next day, just a little bit, because I use that full moon energy to my benefit, to do everything that I can. Maybe I need to chill out a little bit, who knows, but I always use the full moon energy. So the next day I feel a little bit of hungover, but this is also where you can still be understanding where this full moon in Capricorn has led you, and then putting plans into place, because the moon will move into Aquarius around 12:21 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the vibe's going to shift, okay? We're going from Capricorn full moon, standing on business basically is a Capricorn full moon, standing on business, standing on what we need to do, how we need to get to our long-term goals. And now we're moving into this Aquarius energy, and the moon is going to make a conjunction to Pluto pretty much right away. Pluto sitting at that 2-degree mark, which when the moon makes a conjunction, transit moon in Aquarius makes a conjunction to Pluto, what I've been realizing with this conjunction is it can really reveal to you where you're putting your power outside of yourself and where you're not accepting your authentic self. Aquarius energy is all about being authentic. It's all about being an individual in a crowd of people. Yes, it's a social sign, but at the same time, it's about being more the observer. And so I feel like that with these transits I've been experiencing myself, when the moon makes a conjunction to Pluto, it's more like, where do I need to be more of an observer in my life? Where am I being too emotionally invested? And in turn, giving away some of my authenticity. So the conjunction with Pluto is going to happen at 5:42 p.m., but we have 3 other transits before that, which are pretty exciting because Uranus has just moved into Gemini. So the moon will trine Uranus at 12:42 p.m. I believe that as soon as the moon moves into Aquarius, we are going to get an idea of how this Uranus Gemini transit is going to be treating us, because Uranus is the planet of breakthroughs. The moon represents our emotional body, like what emotionally fulfills us and what our emotional needs are, and our emotional needs being met. So I could see this being a ping moment for a lot of people. If you have time to meditate during this time when the moon moves into Aquarius to get some answers, to get some clarity, I definitely would recommend doing that. But at the same time, if you don't get anything, that's fine. Uranus in Gemini is a long transit. It could just be a feeling. It's like you could just be walking down the street and you could walk one way to the coffee shop always. But then you're like, you know what? I'm just going to take a different route. It could be something as simple as that the moon in Aquarius is telling you with this trine to Gemini, Uranus and Gemini. And then we also have the Aquarius moon making a sextile to Saturn and Neptune. This is going to happen right before the conjunction to Pluto. Saturn and Neptune. Okay, Saturn is not quite retrograde yet. Neptune is retrograde. So now any transits that we have to Neptune are going to be more of an internal transformation. And I will say this. Watch out for illusions that you put on yourself, like your perception, like how are you perceiving the world, and are you getting caught up in your own thoughts? That happened to me the other day. Like I was getting caught up, especially during a Scorpio moon. I was getting caught up in my own thoughts, and I was writing in my journal, and I'm like, why do I think this? Why do I believe this? Like, is this an illusion? And yes, it was an illusion. So this is a great time to really understand how this Neptune retrograde is affecting you when it comes to your illusions on where you like to take action, where you like to be the leader, where you like to have that confidence. This is Aries energy that we're experiencing right now during this retrograde. So just pay attention during this time. And a sextiles are little aspects. Like you need to take action in order to reap the benefits of a sextile. So if you don't feel the Aquarius moon sextile Saturn or sextile Neptune, that's totally fine. They're little aspects. But if you do want to utilize the moon sextile Saturn at 3:55 p.m. Central Standard Time, this would be a great time to take more action on your long-term goals. Kind of continue that Capricorn moon energy, full moon energy that we just had. Or if you're not really in the mood to take action, if the Capricorn full moon just really wore you out, this is just the time to just, go with muscle memory. Just live your daily life, relax, meditate, chill out, whatever it is that your intuition is calling you to do. But when we have aspects to Saturn can help us with responsibility, honestly. Saturday, July 12th, we wake up with an Aquarius moon yet again, and the moon will trine Venus at 4:07 a.m. Central Standard Time. I believe we're going to wake up feeling good. Any aspects, especially a trine, trines are the most amazing aspects. You don't have to try for a trine. It's just natural flowing, optimistic, Venusian energy. And so I believe that we are going to be waking up just feeling really good with the Aquarius moon trining Venus in Gemini. And yes, it's happening at 4:07 a.m., so also pay attention to your dreams when it comes to relationships. There might be something that your subconscious brings forward for you, so pay attention to that. But then at 2:45 p.m., we're going to have the moon oppose Mercury. Now, the moon moves really fast. I'm not going to lie, this can be a little bit of an icky transit when it comes to our mind. And because we do have the Mercury in Leo, which is all about confidence, speaking with confidence, speaking from our heart, there could be a little bit like you can maybe not feel as confident with your words. That's how I see this transit. So that's happening around 2:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you feel like you said something weird, you said something off kilter, and now you're like, oh my gosh, are they judging me? That's just this transit. Let it pass. Don't dwell on it. Don't keep it in your mind. On Sunday, July 13th, we will wake up again with an Aquarius moon. We will also wake up with Saturn retrograde, which I'm excited for, okay? Because when Saturn is direct, if you have not been doing what you are supposed to be doing, Daddy Saturn reprimands you, okay? It kind of like, that's where you can experience, that's why people don't really like Saturn, or Saturn's not their favorite planet with aspects. Because Saturn, when it's forward motion, your external factors can show you where you're not being serious, where you need to be an adult, where you need to grow up. We're waking up with Saturn retrograde, which is going to be it's an amazing time. I love Saturn retrogrades. We basically take a step back and we're like, okay, what are our long-term goals? Where am I adulting? Where am I adulting too much? Where do I need to be adulting more? Not the biggest fan of that word, but it just makes sense for this moment right now. Saturn just wants you to go inward and understand where is your focus going when it comes to your responsibilities. So that's what we're going to start to feel with this Saturn retrograde. Moon will move into Pisces around 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm loving the moon in Pisces with just the North Node there. You know, Saturn's not in Pisces, not yet. It will retrograde back. But I love the moon in Pisces right now. It's just dreamy energy. It's just pulling us towards our calling, pulling us towards our growth and our expansion. That's what the transit North Node really does. It wants you to expand in an area of life. So look to your Pisces whole sign ruled house. This is where that expansion is looking to take place. And the moon is our emotional fulfillment. So where are you emotionally fulfilled in your Pisces whole sign ruled house? Where are you not emotionally fulfilled? This is what the Pisces moon is going to do every time it goes into your Pisces whole sign ruled house, especially with that North Node there, expansion and growth. And then at 7:15 p.m., the Pisces moon will square Uranus in Gemini. So this is going to be another little sneak peek of what Pisces moons are going to mean for us. And squares create change, right? Because you see something's unpleasant, you don't like it, so you have to course correct really your life. And it might be something big, it might be something little. This is going to depend on your mutable sign placements, because Uranus is at that 0-degree mark. So we are feeling Uranus push through something for us when it comes to our ideas. You know, Gemini is that sign of the mind, our ideas and breakthrough. Uranus loves being in Gemini, way over being in Taurus. Taurus was a shit show for me, okay? I'm so happy that Uranus is out of Taurus. At least Uranus likes being in Gemini. So we have 7-8 years of that, right? Sunday night, there could be a little hiccup. Nothing huge, but just a little tiny hiccup. And like I said, depends on your placement. So squares create change. So when you have this hiccup, what are you going to do? You're going to go into, oh, poor me pity party, which is common when we have Pisces moons. Pisces can be that toxic vulnerability type of energy and sign. Are you going to go into a pity party, or are you going to change? Are you going to redirect and be like, it is what it is? Because that's kind of what you have to say with Uranus. Uranus is going to surprise you, okay? Even with a little transit like this, it can surprise you. So you just have to be like, it is what it is. I'm going to move forward, and this is how I want to move forward. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you for enduring my voice with me right now as I'm going through a crazy transition that I am super happy and excited about. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know your sun, moon, rising sign. I'm super interested.